Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Koku here with the traders, and we are continuing Danganronpa.
How dare!
That'll just be your name from now on, can it?
Okay. What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. An itch. What is he even talking about? Oh. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
The remix! Is he gone?
Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh? Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What are you talking about?
You'll understand soon enough.
See, Byakuya, this is where she get all the stars.
Very soon indeed. I'm the main character now.
The
You thought.
massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. And we're going back to the beginning. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you are scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but What was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Ooh,
It's
finally.
garbage.
That looks like the rocket that we saw at the very beginning, like before.
God, you have such good memory.
Well,
Yeah,
remember, I have to edit these, so I see like each episode like 3 to 4 times.
true.
Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was it just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. That must mean that Hifumi is around.
Oh,
What an awful smell.
his rotting, copious corpse.
I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened.
I mean, it just happened.
Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. You had me going there for a while, game. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit?
Come on, fix it and fly out of there.
Yeah. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket. And a tank. Why the hell did I say it like that?
Oh, I missed it.
I have no idea what happened there. I
Damn, I'll
better
have to
not think
rewind.
too much about what I'm seeing down here. It's locked. No matter how many times I push or pull or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food.
Yum.
There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink, and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep.
In the garbage.
My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of signs to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah!
The best sprite.
What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been?
More garbage.
Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
A giant piece of trash. Rude.
Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
This place smells awful.
Makoto just lunges at her to get the cup of ramen noodles. Kyoko!
You look like you're doing better than I expected.
What are you doing here?
Just chilling, you know.
Just hanging in some garbage.
Are you gonna eat that?
What?
No.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a piece of food in your hair that I really want.
That little shrimp? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the shrimp can stay, it's fine. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can. Oh, well, we can talk. We can talk now.
Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going.
So you still haven't given up then?
Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
I was gonna say the same.
But a very lame one, yes.
Wow.
But Kyoko, why do you come to rescue me?
To pay a debt. Or, no. To atone.
Damn right you better atone. Atone?
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
These two did. So, you knew that I knew.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
I also promised you a kiss that I never gave you.
Alright, see, that is where I have the issue.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Just like Alter Ego did for me, so I guess it's even.
Wow.
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but... There was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost.
Why did you have to survive?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything.
About time.
Finally.
The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
To learn?
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
It had a really good cooking class. That's right. At least I did once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
You forgot? But that's...
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia?
Then, is it really true? You lost your memory.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
We all got knocked out, and then I imagine something else happened. The first thing... You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you?
And it could also mean... Somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind.
And I still wonder at her connection to the headmaster.
Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, everyone else is an idiot. There's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility.
That's kind of a big deal, though.
Just a possibility.
But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but
I see.
you're too normal.
You're too dumb.
Your
Huh.
Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. It feels like something got skipped there. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Even now, I still trust you, you know.
You better.
It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know.
You can do it.
God damn it. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
You mentioned your ability.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective.
Who could have guessed?
Whoa!
What a
Not
twist!
shock.
I am shook.
The ultimate detective.
I thought she was the ultimate hairstylist. Whoa! And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy? There was someone I had to find here in the school.
You had to find someone. Who?
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
Not surprising either. What?
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad? Is Hope's Peak a headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
And she lost her shit.
Yep. Like, that's the first time we saw that face, I think, from her.
Mm-hmm. I'll find a way.
Huh?
That sounded like you were in the middle of eating and they were just like, huh?
I mean, it's just a hero, you never know.
Like you were like too busy and then we're just like, Kime. Kime. Huh?
There's not enough lines for me to this episode.
And too many for me.
Dokoretsu, talk, speak.
No. No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost. Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then, what did you see in there?
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues. So I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous.
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I think that's obvious by now, Kyoko. And I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate. That was the point of the class trial.
It was.
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean because of the school regulations?
Exactly.
With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusawa.
Ooh, what's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. What?
And with that, we will wrap up this episode right here. That was a lot of exposition. And this time, some actually new exposition that we didn't discuss ourselves. So, thank you guys for watching, and to see you next time.
See you next time. I see you. Woo! Okay, and now this one to go get that one. I mean, I actually think I need to go over there, but memories. Oh shit!